been playing since I was about 3 years old. Just took an interest from an early age, I suppose, and my parents encouraged me to take piano lessons. So I started doing that. Then onto guitar when, you know, a couple of mates of mine when we were about 11, 12 said, you know, let's start a band kind of thing. So I learned to play guitar, and then the rest is history, really. I gave up piano for a little bit, started again by knocking about when I should have been revising for my GCSEs, and I've been playing both piano and guitar ever since. Cheers. Came up to Newcastle for uni, did a linguistics degree, which I failed the second year twice on. Mainly because rather than revising, I'd come and play guitar or piano for hours and hours. And I don't know, just from overspending, I suppose, and being a bit irresponsible with money in my first year, I ended up in quite a bit of debt and had to do something to make some money. So I just started busking.
You can hear it in my accent when I talk. I'm a Londoner in the north. You see me walking down Northumberland Street with my guitar here at my side. It's with me everywhere I walk.
You know, I've had little part-time jobs. You know, ranging from working behind a bar to selling makeup, playing piano in the odd bar, that kind of thing. But pretty much busking's been certainly my most regular and, for longevity, the best source of income that I've had over the last 10 years. It's just been, it's easy, I can work my own hours. It's like entirely self-employed as opposed to looking for someone who wants to give you a job and having clients. With busking, you're as free as a bird, you can do it whenever you want. And I think the freedom's probably one of the main things, which is why I've kept doing it, because I'm not a very organised person, you know, so it's just easy, because I can just go out whenever I want. If I can't be bothered, I'll stay at home, and nobody's gonna discipline me for that.
I learnt violin classically from age 6 or 7 onwards. My dad used to try and get me to go busking with him in Hitchin, and I used to refuse just because I thought in my head, I felt like I couldn't do that because it was a form of begging and I didn't want to. But then I kind of grew up and I realised that that was an absolutely ridiculous thing to think, because it's not at all. I started getting interested in folk music sort of towards my later school years, and started playing a lot more with friends who were interested in folk music, and that was how I got into busking. a lot out of it. I mean, I really enjoy doing it, and I did start, when I started off doing it, I was still I was quite shy, and I didn't get as much enjoyment out of performing as I do now, mainly I think because I was so unused to it. And now I think through busking a lot and through a lot more performance that I've been doing in different ways, I've started really enjoying it. So that's a good thing that busking has done. The busking I've primarily used to sort of help build up my confidence for performing, and it's definitely worked. I've noticed a huge improvement.
It's a good thing, I think. It's an expression. It's a place where you can play your own music, you can play other people's music, you can do many different things with busking. Like it can be an expression, it can be a form of living, it can be many different things. But myself, I like to do it for fun. I'm not begging, I'm just playing, I'm expressing myself, and everyone has the right to express themselves. It's a free thing, you know, free speech. You can tell some people when they put money in, if they do it, if it's sympathy, or if it's a habit, or if they actually enjoy your music. And when you see someone generally dancing or moving their head or tapping their foot, or if a child starts to dance, it's a good thing. It makes me happy because at least I've made someone happy, someone's dancing. It's a good form, you know, of, it's good positive energy. Sometimes you're passing your positive energy onto other people and it makes them happy. It makes me happy as well.
My name's Stephen Oliver Jones. That's where the OJ comes from. Years ago, when I first started playing, a blues player called Victor Brox from Manchester, a great guy, he rang us up and said, "Can you play the blues?" And it's like, no. Well, I've heard you're really good, and basically got us gigging, got us touring, just doing local gigs. And he said, "What's your name?" And I said, "Steve." And he said, "What's your second name?" And I said, "Steve Jones." And he said, "What's your middle name?" I said, "Oliver." And he went, "OJ, that's what we'll call you from now on." I don't know why I never thought of it myself, actually. It's something that I've thought about for years, for about 15 years, if not longer. And when I came up here, moved up here from Manchester, I'd played in bands and worked with different artists in lots of different genres and blah, blah, blah. But when I came up here, it was just kind of like I didn't know anybody, and it was like a totally starting again. And I soon met up with musicians and hooked up with different people and good friends and stuff. But in a sense of earning money and having an income, the most direct thing to do would be to go out and busk. Now, it's interesting because I've been thinking about it for years. I'd wanted to do it. I just thought the idea of just sitting there and playing what you wanted would be great. And I always had this block in my head thinking, well, you've got to play other people's songs. You can't just sit there like just going, you're making stuff up. That's wrong, yeah. Which I don't agree with, but anyway, that's the way things are in my head anyway. And I think it was a case of needs must because Solomon was born, my son. I moved up here now. It was all different. There wasn't any chance to debate it like I've been doing for 15 years. It's like, get in there. And yeah, it's been great. Busking to me, I suppose, before I actually did it, meant somebody standing there going, "Let me take you by the hand and walk you through the streets of London," which is nice. And I've always appreciated it and been like, great, nice one. But for me, it's just actually a chance to experiment and play. And that, I'm daft because I'm experimenting, I'm playing with busking, you know, with doing what I do though, just like spontaneously making stuff up and falling on that or flying on that, depending on how it goes. And experimenting with doing that in front of people, getting the feedback from them. Yeah, and it's kind of informing what's going on. It's kind of building something about, now that I'm actually making that breakthrough of actually going out there and doing it in my own way. It's reaping its results in the, it's a bit airy-fairy, but it's kind of making me, in a way, and a performer that I am in front of people rather than like in the room, practicing. Yeah. Frequencies, right? I'm talking about frequencies. I'm there, and whatever I'm doing, whatever ex-busker is doing, is they're resonating their own frequency out into the people, or it's coming through them at that frequency, however you look at it. And what I do is at my particular frequency, and I'm going, and whoever's picking it up and going, yay, yeah, they get that same thing, then it takes one to know one, you know. They like it because it's them. Do you know what I mean? It's like reflecting them, it's for them, it's that they're at the same vibe, so. Thank you. Woo. Right, darling.
I'm a busker and it's great.
I've never heard it called that before.